What is up, nation? Happy Monday, y'all. Let's get it.
Inside Allegiant Stadium for the first time this year. Touchdown Raiders! Touchdown Raiders! Drill from behind. Ball's out. Big man running. Raiders!
Yo, what is the deal, nation? Welcome to another episode of Raiders Unfiltered. Happy Monday, y'all. I'm your host. I'm Jay Raider. Appreciate everyone pulling up and already here. Salute to the chat, all my peoples in the building. Man, I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope you guys had a good Monday. If y'all driving home from work, if y'all still at work, if y'all at the castle already, y'all at the side chick's house, the Sancho's house, whatever. Appreciate everyone always pulling up with me and having a good time. We have there's some things to talk about today, so let's go ahead and start kicking things off really quick. As always, I got to go ahead and salute my chat, salute everybody who's in the building. Shout out to Bueno. What is the deal, my guy? My guy, Chronicles of the Black Hole. What to do, brother? Salute to you. Yah in the building. Salute, brother. My guy Raider Paul in the building with the Ray. You already know what time it is, bro.
Raiders!
Fuck yeah. Salute to you, brother. My guy Billy Davis. What up, brother? Appreciate you pulling up, my guy. Salute. My guy Dan, man. Salute, brother. Thanks for pulling up. But man, oh man, crazy uh thing happening. I think it was yesterday. Um, with the whole Christian Wilkins thing, and we're gonna go ahead and get into it. But um, here's the thing: training camp starts tomorrow. I think there's some guys that already reported or reporting already as of today, and probably tomorrow they start kicking things off, and we'll probably see them in the pads, a little bit later on this week. But we are that much closer to the start of Raiders football. Preseason literally right around the corner, just a couple weeks away. Man, time flies. Time flies. So a lot of good things in the works coming along in this 2025 season. Open practice literally starts. They'll have that open practice on August 2nd, and I'll be there for sure. So a lot of good stuff. But let's go ahead and get into it with training camp. As y'all know, last week we signed one of our wide receivers, Jack Besh, officially signed his contract with the Raiders, so he'll be in the mix. We can go ahead and kind of dismiss the rumors of him not being there at training camp. He's definitely going to go ahead and be there. and really interesting to see if he's actually going to start making some noise in training camp. We're going to start hearing, hopefully, we start hearing more from Jack Besh, especially what we're expecting out of him, potentially being the next Jacoby Myers in that comparison. But yeah, Jack Besh is official. He's officially a Raider as of last week. So his contract is signed and done with. So we're good to go. But more importantly, I think in the last, I don't know, 18, 24 hours almost, Christian Wilkins and his foot injury. So a little bit of an update. And not an official capacity, but as y'all know, if you guys haven't seen, I'm about to put it up in just a second. There's a video of Christian Wilkins out at headquarters in the gym. Looks like him doing a little moving and shaking. So, what does this mean? We're going to go ahead and talk about it. But let me go ahead and pull that up for you guys. For those who haven't seen it yet, this is the video that was put up by Alex Bachman. It's him, somebody else, and Wilkins doing a little backstreet lip sync dance moves and whatnot. So let me play.
Am I original? Yeah. Am I the only one? Come on, yeah. Am I sensual? Oh yeah. Am I everything you need, baby? Rock your body, everybody. Yeah. Rock your body. Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny. But yeah, that's our boy right there, Christian Wilkins, doing a little song and dance, tribute to Backstreet Boys. Not bad, but I think not only is he moving around, but most importantly, he's not in the boot. He's not in the boot. He's actually in the Crocs. For somebody who was wearing a boot a couple of weeks ago to wearing Crocs, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm kind of split on how to feel about this. I mean, it's good that he's out of the boot, so that to me says that if you're out of the boot, because I've been in a boot before, not related to a foot injury, like a toe injury, like he had a Jones fracture, it was more of a ankle hairline fracture, but I had to be in the boot for like about close 6 weeks as whatnot. But tomatoes and models different, totally different. But it was hard to walk for trying to get out of the boot at week 4, and it still felt a little tender. So for him to do all that, good sign. Now, would I want him to be in Crocs dancing? Not particularly. I kind of want to let him know, bro. You got to sit down, my guy. You don't want to fuck this shit up even more. So, I don't know, but could this mean potentially he comes back a little bit earlier, maybe towards the end of training camp, the latter half? I don't know, maybe. This might be one of those. This might be an indicator of that. As y'all know, he was placed on the PUP list last week, and we talked about that. The thing with the PUP list is that he's not going to be participating in training camp. Doesn't mean he's out fully. It's just that means he's physically unable to perform, right? So kind of basically getting cleared. He's basically getting an excuse not to participate in training camp, right? So could that change? Yes, it can. It could change all the way up to the point where they're ready to go ahead and make that 53-man roster. If he's still on that PUP list, once they make that 53, then he has to miss four games of the season. He can always be placed on the IR and come back a little bit sooner if that's kind of the way they're kind of leaning towards, right? And he can come back potentially that week 2 from home opener or week 3 at Washington versus the Commanders. So there's a lot of things that could potentially happen, but I don't know. This is not This is not a particularly bad thing. I'm a little bit just kind of torn, a little concerned. Don't be dancing like that, my guy. But this could be a little prelude to him coming back potentially a little bit early, being able to participate later on down the line in training camp. So we might see him potentially maybe in a couple of weeks. That could definitely be a possibility. Y'all let me know what y'all feel, what y'all think. Seeing that video, seeing that video, and let me know what y'all think. And whether does he come back early? Does he miss training camp and just come back week one? What are y'all thoughts? Let me know for sure. Appreciate everyone pulling up. Salute to my guy Ardell in the building. What to do? My guy Dixon in the building. Salute, salute. Appreciate you, my guy. Let's see. My guy ASAP says, get this NC Backstreet loving guy out of the facility. Oh, man. But I don't know. Hey, this potentially comes back, bro. I don't know about restructuring his deal. You know, he's already been restructured. I don't think he can restructure it again. Maybe, but it's a hard sell, bro. So, yeah. Let's see. Shout out to my guy Geomex in the building. Salute to you, brother. All right. But yeah, this could potentially mean that he might come back a little bit earlier. This just might be that one key indicator that potentially could go ahead and see him that way. But yeah, yeah, let me know. But I'm actually gonna go ahead and put this up on a poll real quick. Let me see. Does Christian Wilkins come back before week one? All right, y'all. Let me know. Let me know. Do you guys think Christian Wilkins comes back before week one? Yes. No. Go ahead and head on over to that poll. Let your voice be heard. I'll go ahead and touch base with that in a little bit. But yeah, that's crazy. So maybe it's a little bit of a light, little shine of a light, where a little bit of ray of hope, I guess, if you want to say. At least that's what it means to me. So we might see Christian Wilkins back sooner. He might be here to week one. But again, more importantly, you don't want to rush that thing. You don't want to re-aggravate the injury, risk for the time away. Then that's where we have to kind of think contract wise. But I'm thinking he's trying to do everything he possibly can to go ahead and come back and do it in a manner where he's also protecting his career and be able to actually make an impact, because that's the most important thing here for sure. All right. So let me go ahead and move forward and talk about some of these battles coming up. So now everybody's here. Everybody's going to be all together in the same rookies, vets, full training camp. Pads are going to come on. So we're going to really start seeing who's who from all these guys, right? Some of these guys who have been kind of in the limelight, and we've heard over the last couple months in camp, right? We're gonna go ahead and see if they're the real deal, right? But there's also some battles for some open spots that we also need to go ahead and kind of figure out, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and start on this side, and we talked about it on Saturday on Good Morning Raiders. Shout out to my guy Mike from Raider Against the World. Shout out to my guy the Raider Rundown. We talked about it. If you haven't seen it, make sure you guys hit that link down below after the show. Watch a replay of Good Morning Raiders with Mike from Raiders Against the World. Great show. We talked ball, and he had a lot of good takes. So, but one of those being the battle for CB1 is going to be Porter or Stokes. Those are two names we've been hearing out of camp and during OTAs and mini camps that we had back in May and June. So nobody else has really kind of emerged through that. We talked about Jacorian Bennett. He's still trying to get back to being healthy, really kind of adapting and learning what the system and whatnot, and there's some progression, but right now the clear standouts are between Darian Porter or Stokes. Now we had our takes on Saturday, and it might be that Stokes, being that veteran, might possibly win that CB1. Porter might not be that far behind. It'd probably be like a one A, one B type of situation, right? Where they might go ahead and give that advantage to the veteran. That possibly could happen. So it's interesting to see how that's going to go ahead and play out in the next few weeks during camp. Obviously, Darian Porter is very talented, but he's new. He's only been in the position relatively for 2 years. He was a wide receiver converted over from a wide receiver converted over to corner. So, but that kind of speaks to the talent that he is. Right. This is your stereotypical Pete cornerback for sure. Tall, has speed, 4.3 speed. So interesting to see if he can definitely contend for that CB1 position. It'd be crazy if he actually wins that CB1 position. Um, and those expectations would be high if that does happen. But I think he can do it. It's a tough schedule for sure. But if I'm having to go ahead and pick between one of these two guys, I kind of lean a little bit more towards Stokes, but I'm rooting all the way for Porter, if that makes sense, right? It's just the smart choice. I'm having to put the coach's hat on. I'm probably going to go with more of the experience side, which is Eric Stokes for sure. You guys let me know what you guys think. Who do you think would win that CB1 position battle? Darren Porter or Eric Stokes? Go ahead and let me know down below in the chat. Before I go on to my next segment, let me see here. Shout out to my guy Robert Pena. Thanks for pulling up, my guy. Salute. Let's see. My guy Chronicles of the Black Hole says, once they put on the pads, we'll see who makes real noise. Facts, exactly. My guy Yaya says, I'm watching Porter and rooting for Grant. Okay, there you go. That's what's up. Now I don't know about Charles Grant. I think he's going to need a little bit more time. I don't think we really see him too much this season. We're going to see him preseason. He's going to definitely get snaps, but as far as playing time, I don't think a lot. I think he's just going to need about definitely another year, maybe two, for him to really progress and really get comfortable with that role for sure at this level. Let's see here. My guy Dixon says, I got to see first. All right, for sure. And that's the thing. And that's the thing, brother. Yeah, he's that converted corner, just like Richard Sherman. Yep, I remember that for sure. And we all know how good Sherman did once he went over to corner. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. Great, interesting battle for sure. Let's see here. My guy Ardell, tough schedule, but you never know what shit happens to other teams. NFL season is about attrition as much as anything else. Facts, brother. Yep, I agree. Salute to my guy SoCal's out in the building. Salute to you, brother. Thanks for pulling up. My guy, let's see. Yeah, it says I have no expectations on Grant. I like the pick too. That is definitely a pick for the future. After we take care of Colton Miller, if we get that extended, I think he's going to be the perfect damn, I lost the word. He's going to be the perfect successor to that position to go ahead and take over at that left tackle for sure. So I do like him for sure. Let's see here. All right. So let me move on to the next position. We just talked about Christian Wilkins. So we don't know whether or not he's really going to make week one right now, right? We just don't know. So if in case that happens, who's going to go ahead and step up and fill in that role, right? So we talked about Lualu. That'd be a possibility. Tonka Hemingway, JJ Pegues. JJ Pegues might be the better out of those two. Excuse me. We also talked about possibly Tyree being in that D tackle position and getting some snaps there, maybe finding some success there. Because we know that he's been struggling at that end position. So D tackle might be the way for him to go. Got Locky, we got Leaky, excuse me, Leaky Fatu. That's another guy could potentially be competing for that D tackle position. So there's some depth there, right? Now we know the type of season that Lualu just had. He just came off from last year in 2024. He had a pretty solid season. I feel very confident he might possibly win that starting spot coming back this year. If I'm having to go ahead and just keep it a bean, right? Keep it real. I feel out of all those guys, Waldo might be the guy. I like his playing style. He's had wins last year. We saw him make a little bit of impact, right, for a guy who really didn't have much playing time. So I feel out of those guys because Big East is still unproven. He's still rookie, right? We don't know what he could may or may not become yet. Leaky, though, yeah, he's a veteran. I don't know. I don't know how exactly he would fit. Again, this might be a situation where we might have to see him in preseason how he does. That might be the thing. So it might boil down to playing time, game time, playing time to determine some of these things, right? Um, but Hemingway, I mean, though he's talented, same thing. He's just unproven. So out of those guys, I feel Lou might be the guy that steps up and potentially starts if in case Christian Wilkins cannot make week one. If we don't see any appearance from him during training camp, he might be the guy. Let me know what you guys think about that one. Out of that battle, out of that D tackle battle, who do you think, if Christian Wilkins cannot make it, cannot go week one, who do you think wins that starting position? Let me know down in the comment section, down in the chat. Let me know your guys' thoughts on it. Really quick, let me go ahead and go back to the chat. Let's see here. Shout out to my guy Geomex with the raid. Oh, hold on, bro. Gotta do it right.
Raiders!
Fuck yeah. Let's see here. My guy James, salute to you, brother, again with the Raiders.
Raiders!
Oh yeah. Here we go. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Gotta do it. I gotta do it one more time for my guy Rosetown.
Raiders!
Man, and it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy that week 2 in Allegiant. Man, y'all, if y'all gonna be there, y'all gonna hear me. Every time I fucking pull up in that fucking stadium, I'm fucking Raiders, bro. Raiders, especially once I had a few beers in me, for sure. Let's see here. Who else is in the building? So somebody else. Okay, my bad. Maybe I did it. All right. Appreciate everyone pulling up with me. Yeah. But let me know who you guys think would win that starting spot at D tackle. Would it be Lualu? Do you guys think Lualu would be a prime candidate to potentially win that spot? Do you guys think it would be JJ Pegues or Tonka Hemingway? One of those guys might, shock everybody and win that position. Or could it be Leaky, one of the new guys, to go ahead and come in in that starting D tackle position? You guys let me know for sure down in the comments. But there you go. See, Raider Paul is going to be going to that Raiders Cowboys Monday night. I wish I could go. Nate's going, bro. Nate's going. he won tickets to that one. So hit up Nate, bro. I'll link up with my guy. Uh, he'll be at that one. I wish I could go. Somebody donate. Hey, if somebody wants to donate tickets, I'm all for it. I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna say no for sure. But appreciate y'all. All right. So going on to the next segment here, the guard battle, right? Guard spot battle. So there's some questions. It looks like right guard could potentially be cinched up. What the word out there, the rumor out there that Alex Kappa might be the guy taking that right guard. So there might be now there's competition on the other guard spot. So currently it's Munford, Meredith, Parham. You could go ahead and throw in Rogers into that mix as well. So it'll be interesting to see which out of those four guys could potentially be the guy to go ahead and land on the starting spot. Y'all know I'm not high on Parham. You know, we saw we saw what he did last year. Was not impressive at all. I even said it on Saturday. You know, there was a time where when I met up Leo to go ahead and watch. I think it was a Bengals game too, and we're watching it, and I saw Parham get put on his ass during the game, and run is even like there was so many other times that happened too. So we know what Dylan Parham is, right? I'm not keen on him being that starting guard guy. I'm really not. I think that battle might be potentially won by either Meredith, Munford, or Rogers. Rogers could potentially be the guy. I know my guy Jeff likes Rogers a lot. I'm high on him too. I don't know if we see him starting yet. I think what could potentially happen is that Meredith and Munford could win this battle, and Rogers might be the rotational guy, right? So if we see Rogers come in, or there might be something going on during practices that they like Rogers, you might see more playing time from him. You might see him potentially, being a starter come the bye week, past the bye week, excuse me. Could potentially be that. I mean, they went out and drafted guys, in the third round, in Charles Grant and Caleb Rogers. So these might be potentially guys who can come in. We saw what happened last year with JPJ and then with Glaze. They worked out. This might be a situation where with Rogers it might be the same, right? But we don't know. If I had to put money on it, I feel with Jordan and Meredith might be the winner out of that group of four that I mentioned. I don't. I felt he looking back. I felt that he was a little bit more solid in that position. Or Mumford's just right behind. It's one of those two guys that could potentially be the guy to win that next guard spot, right? But who knows? It might boil again. All these things might boil down to what happens during camp, what happens during game, right? Because we're going to see them in action, and we'll go ahead and make our assessments there, and see who could potentially win that battle spot. So you guys, let me know who you guys like for the guard spot. Do you think it'll be Parham? Do you think it'll be Mumford? Do you think it'll be Meredith, or could it be Rogers? Let me know down in the chat. Again, appreciate everyone pulling up with me on this Monday night, Monday afternoon, wherever y'all be at. Appreciate you guys. As always, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button, especially if you're new. Smash that subscribe button if you're feeling what you're hearing. I'm on 3 days a week. This Monday show, Wednesday with the Raider Connection, and our flagship show, Good Morning Raiders, the guest show where we bring fire guests week in, week out. It's going to be a good one come this Saturday. But make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications. Also, when news drops, I go on, so you don't want to be left out in the dark. Hit that subscribe button for sure. Appreciate everyone. Um, but what do you guys think for that guard spot? I did see some responses down below. Let me go ahead and go ahead here. Yeah. See, my guy OG says nobody's high on Parham. He's a buzzy. Facts, bro. Facts. My guy Rostan says, man, I just want Meredith to continue doing what he's doing. He looks solid. Yep, exactly. He might be the guy, bro. He could potentially be the guy. We'll see. OG says after cuts, Parham will probably be working as a bouncer at a Vegas. Yeah, probably, bro. Probably. But maybe he gets picked up by the Chargers, bro. They like Andre James, so could be the next landing spot. Don't know. We'll see. But yeah, man. Let me know who you guys think is who could potentially win that guard spot. Again, I think it's gonna be Meredith who might be the winner out of those four. I like this play. I feel he's more solid out of the four. But I feel Mumford's also right there behind them as well. So it's going to be an interesting battle to go ahead and see going into this training camp for sure. So, and that goes for Caleb Rogers. He's, will he contend for that open guard position? I feel he will. Would he win it? Not particularly right off the bat. I think he might just be the guy who might come in rotationally. You might see him later down in the season. Could potentially work out that way. So, but let me go ahead and ask you this, guys. Who do you feel would be the potential standout at training camp outside of Ashton Jeanty? Because I think Jeanty looks like he's going to go ahead and kill it. He's been doing the damn thing in mini camp and OTAs, and I feel once we get the pads on, it's going to be a progression of the same thing. But could we still see Dante Thornton still continue to stand out? I don't know. Will we finally see Jack Besh come out of his shell and start being in the news? I don't know. How's Gino gonna do now that the pads are gonna come on? He's had some time to get familiar with the receivers, get familiar with Jacoby, Trey Tucker, had some time with Dante. I've said it before. There's been some successes between Gino and Thornton during OTAs and minicamp. He's beat Chin a couple of times here and there, right? So we've heard that. So I don't know. But I'm interested to see whether Jack Besh really starts, coming along. I really do hope for that. Brock Bowers literally being named the best tight end in the league. That Brock Bowers Smith connection, it's going to be lethal. It's going to be lethal. So who do you guys think? Let me know down in the chat as well. Who do you guys think will be the standout in this camp? Offensively, defensively, obviously, we talked about Stokes and Porter. There's Jeremy Chen, a new addition to the Raiders. Paul Mao coming into this next year as well. He just got extended. So we're going to see Paul Mao now full time in that position. He had a really solid year last year. That's why he got extended. New additions in Jermaine Pratt, Alon Roberts, Cody Lindenberg, the other one, Tommy Eichenberg, the Bergs, right? So Amari Gainer in that linebacker room as well, who could potentially come out of there. So it'll be interesting to see who really actually starts standing out in this camp. D-line, we know what time it is with Max. For sure. Malcolm Coons, we better see something. This is a make it or break year for him. Don't get it twisted. He's on that 1 year, but he's on that 1 year prove it deal. So hopefully we see really good things from Malcolm. Obviously, we probably won't see him until maybe the latter half of preseason, going into that week 1 of at Foxborough. So that might be the thing. Um, you know, Adam Butler, great. So having those three guys, Adam Butler, Malcolm Coons, Max Crosby on the other side, I don't feel utterly hopeless, but not having Christian Wilkins there is gonna be felt for sure, 100%. But if one of these guys that I named earlier can step up, if Waldo can really make an impact and really step up, we're gonna have a really, really ferocious front four for sure. And if we do, that means that defense is gonna be top tier for sure, top tier. Let's see here. My guy SoCaps House says, I think Kuntz balls out. He wants that bag. Yep, for sure. And mind you, it has to be a full year of work, right? We only saw him from 8 games back in 23. It was out 2024. So I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully we see a full year from him. Healthy Malcolm Kuntz for sure. Let's see, my guy OG says, if you look at Stoke PFF grade for QB competition, the rate is high. Porter is super low. Stokes is not going to go ahead and beat the rookie. Okay. I don't know. I think that Stokes might be the guy who wins potentially CB1, bro. So I don't know. Let's see. My guy GMX says, I hope somehow, some way, Lobby lands a roster spot. He could land a roster spot in special teams. We saw him in special teams last year. So that might be his place. I don't think we're gonna see him too much at running back, though. That's really what his position is. But we did see him last year on special teams. He had little wins here and there. So that he may make that. But I think that is a guy that's potentially on the bubble for sure. For sure. Let's see here. My guy GMX says, I'm pulling for Mumford since he has chemistry built. Yep. Same thing for Meredith, man. He's right there as well. So I don't know. It'd be interesting that guard battle for sure. But yeah, I think we're the also the other question lies is what are we going to see from Tyree, right? I think we go without a show without mentioning Tyree, and it just there's so many questions behind that guy, and it's hard not to mention him. But is it a make or break season for Terry? Yes, 100%. But are we really going to see some further progression from him? Right. Again, I think if we see anywhere from 8 to 10, I think then we can start maybe considering that. Anything past 10, I think it's good in my book, right? I mean, if Tyree finally activates himself and really comes along, and either at defensive end position, or if he's a tackle at the tackle position, either or, it's gonna be gangbusters. It's gonna be gangbusters for sure. But we don't know yet. And that's the thing about Tyree. It's just so uncertain. He was injured that first year. Didn't see anything. Last year we saw glimpses, flashes from him. Again, still issues with getting off the line, right? So would we still see him at defensive end? Possibly. We might see him at rotationally, or we might see him at D tackle. That definitely could be it. We'll see. Let's see here. Shout out to my guy Rick Rock. Appreciate you pulling up. Salute, brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate my guy Arnie in the building. Salute to you. What it do, my guy. Salute to everybody in the building. Again, happy Monday, y'all. Hope you guys had a good day, good Monday. Whether you guys are watching this, going home, if you guys still stuck at work, or if you guys are going to work, shout out to everybody doing the night shift. For everybody at the castle, Cedric's house, Sancho's house, because females watch the show too, bro. And I don't judge. I don't judge, bro. I don't judge. That's all good. But salute to everybody in the building. Appreciate y'all. All right. My guy Arnie with the questions already. Jay, who's your breakout player for offense and defense this season? Offensively, bro, it's probably gonna be Ashton Genty for sure. We're gonna see the reemergence of our run game. We see a really effective run game. Teams better watch out. I know somebody's here who's a Charger fan who's watching. Just say, I know, bro. Gotta be ready. Gotta be ready for that dude. Ready for number 2. Defensively, breakout player might be Porter, bro. Might be Porter. Though he's a rookie. Might be that guy. We know what Max can do. Kuntz is on the line, and if he breaks out, great. I don't think Tyree can do it. Skip it a bean. I don't think he can do it. Breakout status. He might have a pretty good season. We don't know. I hope he does. That's only more of a benefit for us, to be honest with you. But I think Porter's going to be the guy for sure. Let's see here. Shout out to Marlo in the building, my East LA dude, repping East LA. Salute to you, brother. Appreciate you pulling up, my guy. Man, gotta link up when I'm in Cali, bro. Gotta link up when I'm in Cali. Yeah, for sure, man. East LA. One of my old summer goals, bro. Fun fact: I used to go all the time to the OG King Taco on Cesar Chavez, bro, on the 710. That's a spot, bro. 24/7. 24/7. Or I guess it was 24/7. I don't know. Maybe it changed. When I used to go, it was 24/7, bro. Especially on that Saturday. Don't make me bust out with the stories, my guy. My guy Yaya says, I ain't bashing Tyree, but I hope he turns it around. Yep, for sure, bro. Yeah, me too. I hope he really does. I really do. Let's see here. Where we go? Okay. I'm going through the chat. Y'all find it over here. Arnie, my guy, he says which that made the roster last season gets cut this season. Our best free agent pickup. And who is our best free agent pickup? So I think if I had to choose, it might be. It's either between Dylan Lobby and Parham in my book, but for some reason I feel that Parham might make it. For some reason, I don't know. So it might be Lobby, bro. Might be Lobby, but he was a draft pick. That don't mean nothing. He might not make the squad. Our best free agent pickup. It's probably gonna be. It's probably Jeremy Chin, bro. Jermaine Pratt's gonna be right there, right behind him, for sure. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It's still early, bro. It's still early, and I think I can make a better assessment in a few weeks once we've gone through a little bit of a training camp, through some preseason games. We can kind of make that more of assessment. Mind you, you got Seahawks coming up in a couple weeks. Then it's a scrimmage versus the Niners, and then you have the Niner actual preseason game, and then you have to cap it off, Cardinals versus Raiders and Phoenix. So that'll be the last one. I'm gonna be there. I'm really gonna keep an eye out for You know, some of those players that we've been talking about majority of the offseason who could potentially make that 53. Because after that, we go into probably like 2 weeks after that, we start week one. It's that fast, y'all. That fast. I don't know how many days it is. I think is what, like 48, 50, something like that. I don't even know. I haven't checked my Twitter a whole lot today. So I didn't see how many days are left. So there you go. My guy Bueno says that's the King talking on Soto and Breed, right? I think no, that's not Soto, bro. No, the one on is it? Maybe I'm tripping. I think it is. Maybe because you know why it says Cesar Chavez, bro? Because like I would go to a spot, a bar down on Cesar Chavez, bro. Um, and I would drive there or I would walk to Taco and then walk back. Bro, I was crazy back then. Walking the mean streets of East LA at 2 a.m. Crazy. Nasty work, y'all. Nasty work. There you go. Yeah, see? So it's one Cesar Chavez. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, bro. Yeah, and East Los right off the 710. You already know what time it is. Let's see. Rick is like, I haven't been to that King Taco since the 90s, my brother. There you go, bro. We gotta go back. Hey, I don't know, bro. I like King Taco. I'm a Tacos Galilan guy. If I had to choose, that's the one that I dig more for. But King Taco's right there, bro. That's a stomping bar. You know what I mean? For sure. Yeah. No, bro. But I grabbed a it was a burrito dog. And then I go back. I don't go. I want to go back to the bar. I go back. I'd go home. I would eat it, then I would get back home. Gotta, you know, gotta get straight, bro. Gotta get straight. You know, can't be driving dirty, man. For sure. Get some food in you. Shout out to my guy Arnie. Let's see here. What is your confidence level as AFC 12 as our starter if Gino goes down? 60%, bro. If I had to put a number on it, it's not great. It's a little over half. I think him being in the backup role for the full year, or as long as, God forbid, as long as he rolls, is going to benefit him. You know, it's just him knowing going into the season, having the expectation like, hey, I had to battle for this number one spot. You know, I think it probably puts a lot of pressure on him. I don't know. But we know the clear, decisive winner. He's probably battling in his, you know, because it's all about competition there. But at the same time, this level of shit. We know what time it is. I'm pretty sure he knows what time it is. So it's Gino all the way. But if he comes in, I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna put in there? Cam Miller? I don't know. I wouldn't. Not off the bat. You know, it's and that's 60s because, you know, he has continuity with most of those guys, most of the line. You know, he's already worked with JPJ. You know, he's been there with Colton, with Glaze, Meredith, Mumford. You know, he's been there with them. You know, he knows Jacoby, he knows Trey, Brock, Mayer. So he knows those guys, right? But the mobility, sometimes the decision making, it's a little bit of a detriment. But you know, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, it does not happen, bro. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it for sure. Let's see. Man. Hey, bro. I'm not gonna go ahead and air dirty laundry, my guy. Oh man, that's funny. Let's see. But yeah. Um yeah, it's crazy. Good times in East Los. Shout out to my guy Marlo, man, for sure. But yeah, make it a break for Chayu for sure. 100%. 100%. Um so let me go back into this this final segment here. All right. So again, which UDFA makes this roster? Because we have some UDFA's on there. Again, I think we're gonna see something from Jaw Joyner. It'd be crazy if Jaw Joyner beats out Tyree. It would be. But Jaw has Jaw's talented, so he could definitely do that. I Jalen Walker could be another guy who could potentially make the roster as well. Mello Dotson could be another corner that could potentially make the roster. So it's not too many guys. It's a long list. We went over it a few weeks ago, but I really do think those two guys have potential making this roster. Those the guys who are actually UDFA. So um, interesting to see who wins who actually makes that 53 guys that could potentially be on the bubble like I said. Arnie asked it a little bit ago. um Parm I feel is on the bubble. Chris Smith is another person that could be on the bubble. Dylan Lobby could potentially be on the bubble as well. um Trey Taylor, I don't know if Trey Taylor potentially be on the bubble. They Because he was injured most of last year, they might want to see what he can do. So he may or may not make it, but I think I probably lean towards the making it side, right? Um, uh, who else on the bubble? I said Alex Bachman, so Alex Bachman could be one of those guys, right? Some of the depth at right receiver. We have a lot of depth at right receiver, which is great. Just there's levels to the talent. So I think Bash Thornton um might be the guys that we see more on the rotational. Especially when we're running a spread offense, we're running four receivers. We might see those guys. But I doubt we'll see Bachman. I doubt we'll see Phillips. Those might not be the guys. You still have that guy Colin Johnson. He may or may not make it. So the lower level guys are definitely on the bubble as well. Lucky Tassi, I don't know. I don't know. He's the transfer from Australia. They say he's talented. He has a really good learning curve, but he's a rugby player traditionally, converting over to football, American football. So I don't know. We'll see. He potentially could make it. I don't know. But who do you guys think would be on the bubble for this? Who may not make the 53? Let me know. You guys, let me know your thoughts on it. Go ahead and comment down below. Really quick, let me go ahead and kind of recap the poll I put out earlier. Does Christian Wilkins come back before week 1? 22% say yes. 78% say no. 23 votes currently casted in. If you guys haven't voted, go ahead and head on over to the poll, cast your vote, let your voice be heard. But as of right now, the majority say no, Christian Wilkins will not make it, will not come back before week 1, even though we just saw that video earlier of him fucking backstreet boying at the Raiders headquarters in the gym with fucking Crocs on. I don't know. I give it 50-50, y'all. 50-50. I see, and if it does happen, it'll be like 2-3 weeks from now. We might see him. We might see him. I don't think he participates in that scrimmage, but I think he'll be in training camp. I don't know. We'll see, right? But we didn't see him in the boot. I guess that's a good step forward, right? But I want to go ahead and give you guys an update. So if you guys haven't voted already, make sure you guys head on over, cast your vote, let your voice be heard on that poll I have up. Currently, appreciate everyone pulling up and tapping in with me. As usual, make sure you guys head on over, smash that like button, hit that subscribe if you're new, especially if you're feeling what you're hearing. Turn on notifications, stay up to date with all Raider news related. Anything drops, I go on. So don't want to be left out in the dark. Make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe button. And it really does help to go ahead and push the show out to the YouTube universe. So I appreciate every single one of y'all. Salute to y'all tapping in with me on this Monday night. All right. So let's see here. Let's see, get some questions. Right now we're having a good conversation about back home LA. So I miss it, y'all. I miss it. Not in LA anymore, but I do go out there every so often for sure. So let's see here. Yeah, but you guys let me know what you guys think, who you guys feel could potentially be on the bubble to get cut and might not make the 53. Let me know. Let's see. My guy Arnie says, who are your top 5 receivers on our team who deserves practice? Who deserves practice squad? Top 5, it's gonna be Jacoby, Bash, Thornton, Trey. I haven't really seen the other guys, to be honest with you. So I think those four definitely are top, right? Those are our top guys. Mellett, Tommy Mellett, touchdown Tommy could be our other guy, right? And he has that speed. We've heard good things of him coming out of Montana. Everybody else probably can go down. Not everybody else. I probably think maybe Phillips, maybe Bachman. They could potentially go down to practice squad. I think probably more Phillips might be the guy that potentially goes down to practice squad. If we decide to go ahead and keep them, they can get cut, bro. They can also get cut. Not necessarily would they be on practice squad. So that's the thing. Let's see. Let's see here. Somebody in the building. Shout out to my guy, Chewy in the building. What to do, brother? Salute. Hold on. Where are you at? Okay. Hold on. Oop, lost you, bro. My bad. Going through all the. Salute to Chewy. Appreciate you, brother. Pulling up. Salute. All right. I don't know about him being out for the year. I don't know. You see that video? May or may not happen. That dude's over there fucking bumping and grinding and shit. Thinking he's a Backstreet Boy. Oh man. Let's see. Oh man. Salute to Yoshi in the building. What to do, brother? Appreciate you. Salute, my guy in the building. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Now, who do y'all feel would be a standout for this season? For this training camp. You got Porter, you got Bowers, obviously. You got Michael Mayer, Jacoby Myers, Bash, Thornton. Could it be Gino, Genty? Who do you guys feel would be like that standout guy? The guy who's gonna light it up. The guy who you guys like everybody should be fucking worried about. Who you guys think will be that guy? Let me know down in the chat who you guys feel will be that guy for sure. Let me see here. One more thing. All right. Coming up extension. So obviously we still have some extensions that are due. Colton Miller's probably the top guy in that conversation. I think he does get taken care of. I'm pretty sure I don't see it really past week 4 where he doesn't get extended. If in case that does happen, um, they might wait until past the bye week to go ahead and do that. Maybe towards the end of the season. I think what they really want to go ahead and do and just get reassurances that that shoulder is close to 100% as possible, and he's effective, right? I really do think that that is the case. Now, the thing with Jacoby, now if Besh has a really good year, he may or may not come back. I don't know. It all depends on Besh's play, Jacoby's play, and Jacoby's contract, how much he wants. All those things are very indicative and are tied to each other. Excuse me. So if Besh does good, there's questions that are going to be asked: is Jacoby going to stick around? And how much does he want? Obviously, if he wants something astronomical, um, or something where he's asking for quite a bit, don't be surprised if the British part ways with them. We've seen that happen through this offseason, with guys like Spillane, the guys like Morig. We parted ways with those guys, right? The regime is not this regime is not shy to go ahead and let certain dudes walk, right? So could he be one of those guys that potentially they let go ahead and test out free agency? Possibly, possibly. Um, we don't know, right? With Colton, I don't think that's the case where they'll let him go ahead and potentially test out free agency. Could happen, but that position is very different than to receivers. Receivers are more they come in more frequently. They're more acquirable, right? Tackles, guards, centers, not so much. And the ones that are out there, um, they're not as good. Or if they are good, it's a bidding war and they get snatched up pretty quickly. So you don't see like all these, guards or tackles or anything like that being free agency for very long, right? So we saw a couple guys, some notable guys in this past free agency that went pretty quickly. So I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, Daniel Carlson is another one playing on his last year, due for an extension. So we'll see. I think same thing. That one are more likely to see at the end of the year where they re-up him. I want to see that really happen too quick, but there's times where I'm like, okay, they're not going to go ahead and extend this guy, and they extended him like right away. So I don't know. It's just their priorities change. I think with Colton, because we really haven't heard too much, I feel that the negotiation is going pretty good. So, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and go to the chat real quick. My guy Chewy says, "You hope Tucker balls out." I hope so, bro. I hope so. I like Tucker. I think he'll be able to go ahead and be in the role that he needs to be in, for sure. My guy Arnie says our best players on breakout are JBJ, Millers, Myers, Bowers, and Genty, and Gino will be elite if our line holds up. Breakout rookies Thornton, Genty, Porter will show out immediately. Your thoughts? I agree, bro. I agree. JPJ, Miller, Myers, and Bauer, obviously Genty and Gino would be close to elite, bro. I mean, if Genty has a rookie of the year type year with Brock Bowers having another phenomenal year, even a better year, fuck, watch out, bro. And you still have Jacoby Myers, Michael Mayer, Jack Bash and Dante Thornton. Fuck, that's some shit to watch out for sure. Um, yeah, and it does depend on the line holding up. We know what our tackles can do. We just need to. They just want to see. They just want to make sure Colton is good on that shoulder. But we know what our tackles can do. It's an interior, the guards, they're questionable. Kappa didn't have had a terrible year last year. They like him for some reason. So he's having so far, he had a good OTA and mini camp, but now we're in training camp. We're gonna put the pads on. Is that gonna continue? That is a question. On the other side, who's gonna be the other guy? That's the other question. So if it's Parham, I'm nervous. If it's somebody else, I'm more confident. That really what kind of boils what it boils down to for sure. Let's see here. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, my guy Bueno says Thornton will be good for us, but doubtful he has a year like Lad. Lad did. Lad was the only receiver you guys had. We have Best into scheme who was drafted before him, Bowers to feed and Bowers to feed. Yep. So uh yeah, it says Thornton will be good for us. Yep. I think he would be good, bro. He's shown that. I mean, he's actually when we initially got him, there was some questions around him, whether his on his route tree, whether on his hands. He's proven different so far. But once the pads come on, we'll know for sure. Let's see here. Go ahead and get your questions in, guys. I'll take a few more questions before I head on out. Again, appreciate everyone pulling up with me on this Monday night. Raiders Unfiltered. We have more good, exciting things to come as we get closer and closer to the start of the 2025 season. We're going to be doing our reaction show, Raiders Unfiltered, for those preseason games. Those are going to be good ones. Can't wait to go ahead and start that. Really start going more in depth on the gameplay. And then post game reaction show, that's also going to go ahead and start after the preseason, starting the preseason games. Right after the games, I'll figure out for Phoenix. It might not happen right away. It might happen until I get back into the hotel or something like that, and I could do a post game reaction show or something like that. So we'll see. But those are coming. Those are coming for sure. So I can't wait to go ahead and start that. Let's see here. My guy Arnie says, which projected starter is worse on offense and defense? Projected starter? I don't know, bro. Because if you're starting, you're not bad. I mean, who's like at the bottom of the list, if you want to say? For defense, bro, because we don't know what Chris for where Christian Wilkins is gonna land. If he's not gonna make if he's not making training camp, he's not gonna make week 1, and he's out for the first 4 games. Might be whoever replaces him. So it might be Lualu, and Lualu has come off a strong year, but he could potentially be that guy who was a starter or projected starter who's probably the worst one out of the bunch, right? Offensively, it could be if Parham wins a guard spot, it could be him. There's no real place in that offense that if you're going to be projected to be a starter that you suck. I mean, you're talking about Brock Bowers, Ashton Dente, Geno Smith, Jacoby. It's a line, so it would be one of the interior guys. I mean, it could be if Parham does not win a starting spot. Let's say it's Meredith. It might be Kappa. So it just all depends. Yeah. Yeah, see, Bueno's on the same page. He says, I think Campa might be the worst on offense, but he had a bad season. Yeah. My guy wrote, if we make the Super Bowl, Jay, hosting the party for us. I wish, bro. Y'all want to come out to Albuquerque? By all means, bro. Figure it out. Figure it out. I got the black hole guys. So hey, we can do something. We can figure some out if that's the case. Hopefully, bro. Hopefully that'd be cool, man. Shit, man. But I think we're a couple years away from that. For real, for real. Man. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and tap back in with the poll I did earlier. Again, ask you guys: does Christian Wilkins come back before week 1? So still, it's 22% that say yes, 78% say no, 27 votes casted. So again, if you haven't voted, go ahead and head on over, cast your vote. I'm going to go ahead and close it out in a few minutes here. But majority of you guys think that he's not going to make it before week 1. Wow. Okay. So we will not see him in training camp whatsoever, despite him, trying to Backstreet Boy his ass throughout the headquarters gym. All right. Cool. Let's see. Arnie says, Jay, in your opinion, is Meredith better than Cap or Parm? Yep. I really do. That time. If I had to pick, bro, but again, I'm not there. And I'm not seeing these guys, right? But just kind of knowing from what's been done in the past. I mean, Mumford and Meredith are the guys that I feel more confident with to go ahead and go. But yeah, I am confident. Way more. Is Meredith better than Kappa? Yep, and Parm for sure, hands down, bro. 100%. Nasty word. All right, man. Let's see here. All right, y'all. But you guys go ahead and get your final questions in. As always, make sure you guys go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button for the show. Go ahead and turn on your notifications. For any news related thing that happens, I will go on. I will go ahead and do a live go ahead and talk about it and research it. So make sure you guys go ahead and hit that notification button for sure. Also, remember the Raider Connection, 7 p.m. every damn Wednesday. Panel show with the guys, Cheeto Linus, my guy, Raider Jeff, I'll be Raider 10 Nate, and myself doing the damn thing, especially this Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you guys go ahead and tap into that great panel show that we have going on, and we're gonna start doing the previews to the preseason games really soon once we get that underway. So we probably will do that in 2 weeks. 2 weeks we'll start the 6th. We'll start getting ready for those shows. Actually, hold on, let me double check. Make sure I got that right. Yep, 2 weeks. The 6th. The 6th. That is Wednesday, and then the game is the very next day. Crazy. So we'll definitely go ahead and preview Raiders vs. Seahawks, and then we'll do an analysis on Good Morning Raiders, and we'll go ahead and break that game down for y'all over there as well. So also make sure you guys go ahead and tap in Saturday morning, Good Morning Raiders, 10 a.m. Pacific, with my guy, the Raider Rundown. Y'all know we already have a guest lined up, so make sure you guys go ahead and tap into that one. It's gonna be fire show. Shout out to Mike from Raiders Against the World. We had him on Saturday. It was a fire show. Salute to him. Make sure you guys go ahead and check out that show. Have the link pinned down below after the show. Make sure you guys go ahead and tap into it. Fire show. Um, Shout out to Mike. We're gonna do some things. We're gonna do some things. I'll link up with Mike when we out in Vegas for sure. So make sure you guys check out those shows for sure. Let's see here. My guy Arnie with the question. Let's see here. Would you start Tyree at D tackle this season? I would not start him, but I would not mind putting him in that position to see what he can do. That might be the thing for him. You never know. He might find success there. All I care about is him finding success, whatever that looks like. So it's just he has issues, playing that edge. I don't know. Let's see. Arnie asked Jay, what is the impact Michael Mayer is this season in your opinion? We're gonna definitely see way more Michael Mayer. I feel Michael Mayer was definitely underutilized last season, even though we didn't see him for a whole lot last season when he was there. It's just underutilized. So we're finally gonna see probably a better utilization of him. We're gonna see him line up more traditionally tight end and Brock Bowers either line up on the slide, line up outside, whatever. We're just gonna see a different thing from Michael Mayer. And that's the thing. We're not just gonna utilize him for the blocking. We can have him, we can go ahead and have him block real quick and dip a pass to him. So there's always you can use Michael Mayer in so many ways. Guy can run, catch, block. You can do everything. He's your traditional tight end. It's a really damn good one as well. So I'm glad he's with us. I'm glad the Raiders dispelled all the Raider rumors, and he's here with us. He's here with us for sure, 100%. Let's see. Pete's having a presser. I don't know. I don't know if he has. Let me see. I don't think so. If y'all heard something, let me know. Oh yeah, he does. So there is a presser lined up for tomorrow. Pre-car presser. That is the first day of training camp. That's going to be at 11:30 Pacific. In the morning, so 11:30 in the morning tomorrow. Make sure you guys want to go ahead and tap into that. They're gonna have there live with Pete Carroll. So first day of training camp, Pete's gonna have a presser. So cool things. I can't wait to go ahead and hear what's that gonna go ahead and what's that's gonna be all about. So hopefully hear good news. Hopefully we can get an update on Christian Wilkins' foot. At least finally hear something official from the camp. So let's see here. Let's see here. Arnie's like, Jay, what free agent would you sign to help our depth improve a starter? I would sign a free agent to help I guess not just our depth, but a position, right? So I mean, if it's Mike Hilton or if it's Justin Simmons, it just depends where you want to go ahead and put one of those two guys. I mean, depends whether you want somebody at traditional nickel to be there all the time, or you're still going to have Chin come down and have some looks at nickel. You can have Simmons there to go ahead and cover him. It just depends. Offensively, I'm good. Offensively, there's really nobody else. Nobody else that I really like. I mean, I know there's been talks about possibly going out and getting Amari, but I'm not keen on Amari. Amari's been on the market for the whole off season. Nobody has snatched him up yet. I don't know why. Is there? I haven't heard of him being injured or anything like that. I mean, he's getting older. I don't know. Could be it. We'll see. What are my thoughts on Cam Miller? I don't know yet. It's a rookie. Needs time. You know, the regime likes him. I'm gonna just say it like that. The regime likes him because it's just I'm not gonna say Spytech and P. There's another person that's also included in that word regime that either likes to take credit when credit either when credit's needed or due, or he decides not to take credit and just pretend he's oblivious to whatever the fuck is going on in the building, which we know it's a damn lie. Salute to my guy, we the people in the building. Salute, brother. Thanks for pulling out, my guy. Salute, salute. Let's see. I don't know, my guy, but talk about party with aliens. Are you talking about raiding Area 51, bro? What's going on? What's going on? Gabe Davis is still there. Yep, he's still there for the cheat. I think we would have pulled that trigger if it was a viable thing. I don't know. I mean, we could still potentially pull the trigger. I think they're also going to wait to see who becomes available during training camp with some of the cuts that are going to happen from other teams. Obviously, not everybody's going to be able to carry 90 players. Got to trim it down to 53. So they're going to be guys that are available that either didn't fit in the system or whatever that Pete might like or Spytek might like or both of them or the regime likes, right? that might feel differently, right? That might feel like, hey, you know what?
He's pro ready. End of story.
Possibly happen that way. I don't know. We'll see. Arnie says Jay can sincere beat out Lobby and Zamir White. I think so, bro. I think so. Sincere has vision, bro. That's different. And he doesn't fumble like Lobby. I don't. It'll be. I mean, I think another person on the ball will probably be Zamir White. I see Sincere possibly making the squad. If Zamir makes it, it's probably for depth, and you know if they need somebody just to run up the middle, he can definitely be that guy. For real, you know. But let's see here. All right. All right, let me go ahead and let me go ahead and tap back in with the poll from earlier again. Ask you guys, does Christian Wilkins come back before week 1? It's still in the 70s, y'all. 76% say no, he won't be back. 24% say yes. 29 votes casted. So I'm going to go ahead and close this poll up because I think we got our final verdict with basically 30 people saying that he will not make it before week 1. So we'll see. Obviously, we'll go ahead and keep abreast of the foot injury. And like I said, like I said on Saturday, it might be a week to week thing where we just have to go ahead and kind of keep an eye on it. And you know, if he starts feeling better, and he gets it clear from his doctors, we might see him come back in a few weeks. Could potentially be that, or we might not see him till like week 5, or even after the bye week. I don't know if he's gone after the bye week. I mean, if he's not here before the bye week, just let him really rehab that foot. You know, it all depends whether if we're in contention and like, okay, you know, we're definitely competing for a possible playoff berth, then we can go ahead and really fuck around and push that agenda if that's not really in the cards, and you know, um, we've had some setbacks or whatever. Knock on wood. Hopefully that's not the case. But if it's still a little bit of repeat of last year, have them stay out. Figure out in 2026. That's my take on that. I don't know. My guy Arnie says, other than tight end, what position group is our best? Who is our worst? Um, I think probably the best one would be probably our. It's a toss up between our receiver and running back room, and it's only literally one person in that running back room that's really like putting it up there, right? But I think more of that receiver room, as far as more talent wise, with Jacoby, Bash, and Thornton, I think those guys really uplift and elevate that room compared to last year. So I think the red receiver room is probably one of our better ones outside of tight end, because you already know what time it is with Bowers and Mayer, for sure, for sure. All right, let's see here. All right. All right, y'all. We are coming up to that hour and a half on this Monday night. Again, appreciate everyone pulling up with me on this Monday afternoon, Monday night, wherever y'all be at. I hope the day went a little bit faster if you guys are at work. Shout out to the night crew, night shift, doing the damn thing. Hey man, I feel your pain. I used to do the same way. So I used to do overnight shifts, and those were brutal sometimes. So, but appreciate you guys. Appreciate everyone pulling up with me. Again, tap in with me on Wednesday as we do the connection show. I'll be live with the guys. We'll do the damn thing next, and then Saturday with Good Morning Raiders. Next Saturday, we will not have a Good Morning Raiders show. We'll be out in Vegas for the open practice. So if you are over there, let me know. Pull up. That way we can go ahead and have a drink and chop it up and whatnot. So if you guys are in Vegas for that open practice, and it is free, y'all, let me know. Hit me up on my socials, as you see up there and you see down below. Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and X, JRaider_505. That's JRaider_505. Hit me up. Let me know. But appreciate you guys as always. I'll see you guys next time. Appreciate you, my guy Sal, Rick Rock. As always, just Raiders, baby. See y'all next time. Peace.